All right, today we are going to get started on lesson 103, the perimeter of a complex shape, or of complex shapes rather. So I really like this lesson. I hope you guys like it too. We are going to get started with the mental math first, and that's on page 538. So make sure that you are there before we begin. All right, so follow along, do the work in your head, and then I will write out the answers. So letter A says 50 times 60. What is 50 times 60? And the answer there, if I grabbed the pen, was 3,000. Letter B, 543 minus 250. What is 543 minus 250? The answer is 293. Letter C, 25% of 40. What is 25% of 40? And the answer is 10. So one trick, not really trick, but thing to remember that 25% as a fraction is 1/4. So if you're trying to find 25% of something, you're trying to find 1/4 of it. So what is 1/4 of 40? It would be 10. All right. Letter D, $5.65 plus $3.99. What is $5.65 plus $3.99? And that is $9.64. $9.64. Letter E, 87.5 or 87 and 5/10 divided by 100. So 87.5 divided by 100. And the answer is 875 thousandths or 0.875. So remember, with division, you move your decimal to the left for each zero. Letter F, 500 divided by 20. What is 500 divided by 20? Answer is 25. Letter G, how many milliliters? Milliliters are in 10 liters. How many milliliters are in 10 liters? And the answer is 10,000 milliliters. Because there is 1,000 milliliters. There are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And letter H, the mental calculation, we have 6 times 6 minus 1 divided by 5 times 6 minus 2 divided by 5 times 4 minus 2 times 3. And the answer is 90. So great job on that. Okay, let's get started. Perimeter of complex shapes. So we're going to look at this first shape, and you'll notice that some of the lengths are given, some of the lengths are not. And it's kind of complex. It looks like it could be the layout to a house, though a 7-centimeter house by 6 centimeter. But you get the idea. It's sort of like a bird's eye view of some crazy shape. Now, one thing that's going to help us to figure out the perimeter is sort of imagine this as a big square with like maybe a little chunk of it taken out. Because the first thing we need to do is find the lengths of the unknown sides. So first, let's look at A. All right, so we can see that this full length of the side is 6 centimeters. This other length of the side is 4 centimeters plus the unknown distance of A. So that means that 4 plus A equals 6. All right, the length we know plus the length we don't will equal this opposite side. So A then must equal 2 centimeters. All right, because 2 plus 4 equals 6, and that's the longer length that's given. Okay, so now let's look at B. Let's find the length of B. We'll see that this longer side of this complex shape is 7 centimeters. On this upper part of the shape, we only know 3 centimeters of it. So that means 3 plus B equals 7 centimeters. So then what must be the length of side B if b plus 3 equals 7, b must equal 4 centimeters. All right. So that's how you find the missing sides. You have to sort of, you can, even if you want, you can draw the shape as a complete rectangle, and that might help you fill in the blanks. Now the question is, what is the perimeter? So remember, perimeter is the distance around an object. So we're going to add up the lengths of all of the sides here. So we'll do 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4. So go around the length or the shape and add up all of your lengths, and you would get 26 centimeters. 26 centimeters. All right, so we're going to look at some more examples, and then I'll give you guys some time to work on your practice set. But this is like the last one. This is a pretty short lesson. So let's look at our next complex shape. So we've got some of our sides known, some of our sides unknown. So let's try to figure out, before we find the perimeter, we need to find our missing sides. So let's first look at letter M. What could letter M be? So letter M is parallel to this side that is 10 inches. So that's going to be associated with it. So 10 inches equals M plus what other length is parallel to it? 4. M plus 4 inches. Or like I said before, you could draw this shape to sort of fill in the blank. So 4 plus something is going to equal 10. And we would get that M equals 6 inches. Okay? Now let's look at our next missing side. We've got N. N is parallel to this greater side known, that is 8. So that means 8 inches equals N plus, so what other value goes with N here? It's going to be 2, because they're both parallel to this other side that we know. All right, or if you look at here, 2 plus some distance N equals 8. So what is that length going to be? We would find that N is also going to be 6 inches. Okay, so once we find our missing lengths, we can figure out our perimeter. Remember, perimeter is the distance around, so let's add up all of our sides. So let's check them off as we add, or if we wanted to write them out, that's another great way to do it. So 10 inches plus 8 inches plus 4 inches. So notice I'm going around clockwise, plus 6 inches plus 6 inches. We want to make sure we don't forget any of these lengths, so I'm going to cross them out, plus 2 inches. All right, so go through and add those up. Just take a second to add those up. And you would get 36 inches. And because it's perimeter, our unit is just inches. It's not squared, it's not cubed, it's not anything fancy. We're just talking about the distance around that shape. All right, so now is some time to practice. So look at your practice set on page 540. So turn the page and get there, and you'll see your shapes there. And some of the sides, they're not even labeled, so it's going to be a little tricky. You got to make sure you find those missing lengths and then find your perimeter. Okay, so while you work on that, I'll kind of just draw out those shapes a little unstructured. All right, so hopefully you paused the video, or else you took some time to work on those problems to find your perimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the answers first, and for those of you who need to know why, just keep listening. So the perimeter to shape A is going to be 40 centimeters. The perimeter to shape B is 70 centimeters. So now, or millimeters rather. Now let's go through and find out why. So let's look at this missing length first on our first shape. All right, so we know that this missing length is going to be associated with 8 because 8 is the full length that is parallel to it. So 8 equals this missing length plus 3. So you'd find that this is going to be 5 centimeters long because 5 and 3 equal 8. Next, we have our other missing length, this vertical length, that is parallel to 12 and parallel to 5. So 5 plus this missing length will equal 12. So 5 plus what equals 12? 5 plus 7. All right. So after you find your missing lengths, you need to add them all up. So 5 plus 5 is 8, is 10. Listen, I'm like losing it. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 12 is 30, plus 3 is 33, plus 7 is 40. All right. Sorry for that gibberish. This other missing, wow, I really can't speak. This other complex shape with its missing lengths. Okay, so let's look at this horizontal length first. This horizontal length plus 16 is going to equal 20, the full length. So you'd find that that missing side is going to be 4 millimeters. All right, now this vertical length. This vertical length plus 7 will equal 15. So that means this missing length is 8 millimeters. So then you would go around and add up all of those lengths to find your perimeter. So let's do that. 16 plus 15 is 31. 31 plus 20 is 51. 51 plus 7 is 58. 58 plus 4 is 62. And 62 plus 8 is 70. So to get those answers, it's imperative that you get these sides correct. Okay, so you'll get some practice on that with your homework. I think you just have one question or two questions about it. All right, so that's on page 540. So you need to do numbers 4, 6 through 13, 20 through 22, 25, 26, and 29. And as always, guys, please reach out to me if you have any questions or if you need help with anything at all. All right, thank you so much.